The question is, with new growth and businesses coming to Douglas County, I'm concerned about the traffic that may clog our towns and roadways. What is your proposal to alleviate this?
Okay, I think we're probably referring to traffic on Highway 395 mainly. Since 1967, there have been discussions on how the county would handle a traffic buildup on Highway 395 through Linden and Gardnerville. In the recent past, there have been several alternate routes that were proposed. One on the west side of the valley, one on the east side of the valley, one out in the Pinelands. However, more recently, the board has adopted the transportation plan, which is incorporated into our master plan, and which shows that the proposed Muller Parkway, east of the towns, would be the best alternative. In adopting the transportation plan, the board pledged to build Muller Parkway by 2026, as NDOT had indicated that the traffic levels on Highway 395 would reach the level of service of D by that year, and we don't want to go that far. 2 years ago, our board adopted or decided to apply for what they call a federal build grant, BUILD grant, in the amount of $25 million to help with the construction of Muller Parkway. As you know, the north and south portions of Muller Parkway have already been completed and constructed. So we need to complete the middle part of this roadway, this proposed roadway, which is about, the middle part's about 5 miles in length. We previously had several development agreements with property owners that granted us the rights of way for the additional 5 miles. Some on the north end, some on the south end, where Virginia Ranch is going to be developed, and also with Park Cattle Company. And the agreement with Park Cattle Company, which is now known as Park Ranch Holdings, that agreement was for about 3.5 miles of right-of-way, and Park was going to grant this right-of-way in return for no development rights. In late 2018, the county and Park wanted to amend that agreement for, I believe, among other things, a new alignment to the road. So because development agreements are really county ordinances, the ordinance must have 2 readings at public meetings. So at the board meeting in November of 2018, the board voted 4-1 to move forward with the second reading of this amended or new development agreement. Commissioner Nelson voted no. At the December 2018 Board of County Commissioners meeting, the amendment to the development agreement, to the park development agreement, was discussed and debated by the board at length. The board was deadlocked in 2-2 on approving the amendment, which again had no development rights attached to it. Commissioner Nelson cast the deciding nay vote, and the amendment to accept the park dedication for a right-of-way with no development rights just vanished, went away. Again, Commissioner Nelson cast the deciding nay vote not to accept Park's offer of dedication of the right-of-way in return for no development rights. Well, this left us in a precarious position because we promised the citizens that we will build Muller Parkway by 2026. So in 2019, a new development agreement with Park was approved 3-2 by the board, with Commissioner Nelson casting one of the 2 nay votes. However, the new development agreement came with the stipulation that Park Ranch Holdings could change their land use designation on 1,044 acres of their land holdings along the Buckeye Road corridor from agriculture to receiving road. Mr. Park, in negotiating this agreement, Mr. Park offered to limit any new development, any new residential development in this new receiving area to 2,500 homes, and thus the No on 2,500 petition was introduced. But that's a different discussion. As of right now, the county staff voted, not voted, but the county staff is working on a revised application for the build grant, which will be submitted this coming May, next month. I'm very, very optimistic that we stand a good chance for approval, especially in light of President Trump's pledge to put forth new legislation to rebuild and reconstruct our country's road and bridge infrastructure. My belief is that with this grant, we'll be able to keep our pledge to the county residents to build this alternate route around the towns by 2026 and maintain a level of service C on Highway 395. If we don't, and without Muller Parkway, we'll have gridlock on Highway 395 by 2026. So I'm all for building Muller Parkway and getting it done as soon as possible.